In the vast and sun-soaked plains of the Serengeti, there lived a huge elephant. A grand elephant whose presence could be felt by every creature in the land. He was strong, wise, and gentle. His steps are so powerful that they sent ripples through the earth itself. Not far below, in a small anthill buried in the dirt, lived a nosy little ant. The ant wasn't like the other ants who tirelessly followed the same old routines. She was always asking questions, dreaming of something beyond the tiny world she knew. Why do we only march in straight lines? She would ask. Why can't we explore the trees or the skies? But the older ants always shook their heads and said, "Stay focused. The world is right here under our feet." One bright afternoon, as the elephant wandered near the anthill, his massive foot came down with a great bump. The ground shook, and before the ant could rush to safety, she was tossed into the air, landing softly on the wrinkled skin of the elephant's back. Dazed and confused, she stood up and looked around. She'd never seen the world from such a height. The grass beneath her seemed like waves on an ocean, and the birds above looked like tiny dots in the sky. "Who's there?" The elephant's voice rumbled. While as enormous, I swiveled toward her. Zuri, still catching her breath, whined, "It's me, an ant." The elephant blinked and said, "An ant? On my back? How unusual." "I'm sorry, I almost got crushed," the ant apologized. "But this is incredible. I can see everything from up here." The elephant chuckled. "Well, I didn't mean to cause a disturbance. Let me put you back near your home." As the ant climbed down the elephant's trunk and hopped to the base of an acacia tree, she couldn't help but ask, "Do you ever wonder what it's like to be small? To see things from a different perspective?" The elephant paused, his large ears flapping thoughtfully. "I've never really thought about it." Over time, the unlikely pair became friends. The elephant began to understand the world from the ant's point of view. He marveled at how the ant could spot a tiny flower in the grass or hear the smallest movements under the earth. The ant, in return, admired the elephant's wisdom and strength. One day, a terrible storm swept over the Serengeti. The wind howled, and dark clouds filled the sky. As every animal scattered to get shelter, a fire ignited in the dry grass. Amid the chaos, a baby zebra got separated from its mother. It ran in circles, trapped between the smoke and the rising flames. The elephant and the ant saw the zebra. The ant cried out, "We have to help the zebra. The fire is too dangerous." The elephant said, shaking his massive head. "I can guide you," the ant insisted. "You're big and strong, but I can see paths that are hidden to you." Together, they decided to act. The elephant moved forward, his enormous feet crushing the earth beneath him, while the ant guided him, shouting directions from his back. "Turn left. Watch out for the flames ahead." The elephant's great strength pushed through the fire, while the ant's sharp eyes helped him avoid the worst of it. So, with the ant's guidance, the elephant used his trunk to scoop up the baby zebra, lifting it gently away from the fire and carrying it to safety by the river. The animals watching from a distance stood in amazement. The lion stepped forward and nodded. "We've always known that size is important," he said. "But today we've seen that courage and wisdom come in all sizes." As the fire died down and the smoke cleared, the zebra was reunited with its mother. The other animals gathered, their eyes wide with respect. The ant and elephant stood side by side, their bond stronger than ever. They had saved the zebra not because one was big and the other small, but because they had combined their strengths, one with the power to move the world and the other with the clarity to see what was hidden. That night, under the stars, the ant turned to the elephant and said, "It's amazing, isn't it? When we work together, there's nothing we can't do." The elephant smiled. "True. You taught me something important today. Ant strength isn't just about size. It's about seeing things from different perspectives, using whatever you must do to help others." The end.